자취방 한쪽엔 늘 술장이 있었어요. 하루키의 위스키 성지 여행을 읽고 사직서를 던졌죠. 19시간을 날아 위스키의 땅 스코틀랜드에 도착했습니다. 스코틀랜드에는 5대 위스키 생산 지역이 있습니다. 여긴 로우랜드 지역, 한때 신사의 위스키로 불리던 곳입니다. 낮 3시에 차 대신 위스키를 마시던 귀족들의 잔에 담긴 게 바로 이 지역 위스키였죠. 로우랜드 위스키는 거친 피트향 대신 부드럽고 달콤한 향으로 유명했어요. 1800년대엔 로우랜드 지역에 200개 이상의 증류소가 있었죠. 하지만 1900년대 초 수출 실패와 세금 문제로 대부분 증류소가 문을 닫으면서 증류소의 묘지라는 별명까지 생겼습니다. 지금까지 살아남은 곳은 손에 꼽히고 오큰토션, 글렌킨치 정도가 대표적이에요. 그런데 최근 이 지역에 도시형 증류소들이 부활하고 있어요. 오늘 소개할 린도어스 애비는 그 중에서도 가장 특별한 곳입니다. 왜냐하면 500년 전 스코틀랜드 위스키가 처음 태어난 곳, 수도원에서 만든 생명의 물 아쿠아비타가 부활한 곳이거든요. 지난 한 달간 저는 캠핑카를 빌려 스코틀랜드 5대 위스키 생산 지역을 모두 돌았고 그 여정에서 총 31개의 위스키 증류소를 방문했습니다. 하지만 린도어스는 그 중에서도 유독 특별했어요. 여성 마스터 블렌더인 로레나와의 인터뷰를 통해 린도어스 첫 싱글몰트 위스키인 MCDXCIV의 테이스팅 노트가 어떻게 탄생한 건지 직접 들을 수 있었고 해외영업 담당인 엘리엇이 프라이빗 투어를 해주었으며 우연히 개를 산책시키던 창업자 헬렌을 마주치기도 했어요. 또한 린도어스는 캐스크 숙성고뿐만 아니라 자체 병입시설까지 갖춘 몇 안 되는 증류소인데 마침 병입 중이라서 손으로 일일이 병입 중인 장면을 영상에 담을 수 있었어요. 위스키에 대해 전혀 몰랐던 창업자 부부가 어떻게 위스키 사업에 뛰어들게 되었는지, 린도어스의 독특한 병 디자인에는 어떤 스토리가 담겨 있는지, 1494년에 최초 기록된 생명의 물 아쿠아비타는 어떻게 부활한 건지, 지금부터 린도어스 애비 증류소 안으로 들어가 재미있는 위스키 이야기의 세계로 흠뻑 빠져보시죠.
Come in 20 minutes. I will show you around. Here, it was originally an abbey, a Catholic abbey. This is the map for the 1500. So the monks came from Tyrone.
Tyrone, France.
Yeah, in France, which is like 100 kilometers from Paris. Actually, they came by boat all the way up. They were stopping here in Flanders, where is the nowadays Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah. So they were trading. So all the spice route was here. They were bringing spices up to Scotland. So for first time at that time was very unusual, something so new, and they were using that to enhance the flavor of the spirit that they were distilling. They came here, they built this beautiful abbey, they were spreading the Christianism, but also they were coming here to spread their knowledge. They were very clever, they were very well prepared, they were planting the largest orchard in Scotland. So the apples, pears and plums that we still have is the legacy from the monks. The monks were distilling for medicinal purposes first. The soldiers, they were coming to get a shelter here. So the monks were distilling for healing wounds.
Oh, for the soldiers.
For the soldiers, giving to the spirit to the soldiers to help them to cope with the pain.
Yeah, to relieve the pain.
Yeah, but when they were giving the spirit to the soldiers were like, oh, bring him
it's so
back
good.
to life. That's why it was called aquavita.
Aquavita.
Water of life.
Yeah.
In Gaelic, or all Scottish, water of life is ushkiva.
Ushkeva.
Ushkiva, as a slang, was called ushke. If you do the telephone game, like us in the whisper here, whiskey, 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 the last person in the line will hear whiskey.
Oh,
so the first whiskey was
that's why.
Yeah. They call it ushkiva whiskey.
Interesting.
Aquavita. So at that time, the monks didn't have the law of the maturation. The whiskey, the Scotch whiskey, to be called whiskey, has to be inside of an oak cask, resting for at least 3 years and 1 day.
Yeah, I know that.
But at the time of the monks, they didn't have that law. They were distilling the spirit, adding the flavors of fruits, spices from their trips, and herbs that they got around, trying to change the flavor of the spirit, and that was the aquavita.
Yeah.
The earliest reference of whiskey making is coming from this place. 1494, a monk from here, he was called Friar John Cor. He received the order from the king, who was planning a party in Falkland Palace, which is 10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
For the party, they need some aquavita, so they ordered the aquavita from here. They thought, oh, where we can order the aquavita for the party? Oh, Lindores Abbey. The monks were famous for their aquavita at that point. So Friar John Cor received the order from the king to produce 8 bottles of malt, which is like equivalent to 500 kilos of malt, turning that into aquavita, enough to fill 400 bottles.
400 bottles.
Was a big party.
Yeah.
The monks did everything very right. They were paying taxes for that. For that reason, that record is in the Exchequer Hall in Edinburgh in the museum.
Which museum?
The Museum of Edinburgh. You had National Museum, but you had to ask permission to see that. You need an appointment, wearing gloves, everything, because it's very fragile.
It's not open to public.
You had to book an appointment. Actually, this land has been in the same family for the last 3 generations. Helen and Drew Mackenzie Smith, they just live across the road, and they own this land.
They're still living?
Yeah, they live, the owners of the land. So Helen and Drew, they had these amazing abbey ruins in their garden. This land was part of their farming. So they were in their house, and Michael Jackson, but not the singer, whiskey writer, was coming and knocking at Drew's door, asking permission to go to the birthplace of the whiskey, to their garden, to have inspiration for his book. And at that point, Helen and Drew realized that, this is big. This is so big. And they thought their dream was bringing whiskey back to its birthplace. Their dream was building this distillery. But you didn't have the money at that time.
Yeah.
So it was until 10 years after Michael Jackson's visit when they got the right investors and they got the money to build the distillery. We opened for business again in 2017. If you think 2017 plus 3 years, 2021 we released our first release.
First whiskey.
Yeah. So when you got a new distillery, you have to wait 3 years to get the whiskey ready.
Yeah.
Actually,
needs money.
You need some money back into the business. What most distilleries are doing they are making gin. But whiskey doesn't have any connection with the history here. So Drew said, we are not going to do that. No way.
You're not going to make gin.
No.
To make money.
Doesn't have any connection with the history. The monks, they didn't have the law for the maturation.
Yeah.
The monks did the amazing aquavita, and that is the place that we are famous for.
Yeah.
Let's go and make aquavita. And that was our first product on the shelves.
Really? It's not
aquavita.
matured for 3 years? It's not?
No.
Okay.
We are making something very close to what the monks were making here. So we're using our malt spirit, the same spirit that is coming from the stills, but instead of going into the cask, it's not touching the cask, but it's going into a bag, and we are adding some muslin bags, huge muslin bags. It's like a tea bags. One just with herbs, another just with the spices, and another just with fruits, waiting for the maceration, and after 72 hours, taking the bags out, diluting that to 40, and that is the aquavita.
Wow.
Water of oil. So that is our product is here. It's a very good product for making cocktails. Remember at the Whiskey French, did you try the cocktail with the aquavita?
No, I just tried whiskey. So how do you categorize the aquavita? It's not whiskey.
It's a malt spirit.
Malt spirit.
Malt spirit.
That's what you call.
Yeah, a malt spirit. But we do only single malt here. We only use barley, water, and yeast.
Yeah.
Everything is local. Everything in very small production.
Local barley. You use local barley.
Local barley. We got 2 suppliers. Roger one side, Richard to the other side, and that's it. So the idea for us is trying to do the traditional way to produce the whiskey.
Wow.
Our first bottle was released in 2021. I've been very close to working on that because I'm the blender. So I had to get a formula that will represent Lindores for me, Lindores is not only the beautiful liquid with
Yeah.
a nice flavor, meant to tell a story. I was living here for a long time in Newbra, and I came to join the team since 2017 when we opened. And I was trying to realize what I was looking for. For me, Lindores is apples, pear, plums, that type,
Fruity.
orchard fruits, with the notes of sweet pears.
Yeah.
There's some sweet drops. I don't know if you tried those sweeties.
Sweet drops.
Sweet drops are called pear drops.
What is it? I don't know.
It's a sweetie that you can buy here in Scotland. It's actually like a very strong, very mellow pear-based flavor. So the apples and pears were in my brain all the time. You have to think about 2017 plus 3,
Yep.
2020. So what's happened in 2020?
Yeah.
COVID time.
Oh, that's why.
Yes, so that's why it was a long
Like a-
process to get to the formula, because I was working with a group of people, but with COVID everybody went out and we couldn't meet again.
Yeah.
So I had to prepare different formulas, sending them by mail, and waiting for the result and analyzing everything by statistical analysis and everything. Took a long way, because before to send like 4 samples, I was preparing like 10 in my desk and then choosing the best one, the 4 out, then the winner from that round came back. So I was preparing another 10, choosing another 4 against the other one, and was in and out. So we found the winner formula, which was a combination of a spirit that was aging in bourbon cask, combined with a spirit that was aging in wine cask, and also a spirit that was aging in oloroso sherry.
So 3 casks.
3 type of casks in different ratios, and that was giving me the flavors that I was looking for. On the nose is very mellow, like orchard fruits, like these ripe, sweet pears, but also some vanilla, oaky, and some raisins there. It's a beautiful dram. Did you try the dram in the whiskey?
The Fringe?
Yeah.
I think I did, but I was already drunk, so I don't really remember the flavor.
Okay. Yeah, anyway.
Can I try it again?
Yeah, probably.
So you're a blender?
Yeah. Yeah. So the idea was producing a liquid that would represent Lindores, and that is called 1494, like the earliest reference of whiskey coming from here, in Roman letters, because it's MCDXCIV. At the time of the monks were writing in Roman letters, so that's why it is the name of our whiskey.
Heritage.
Yeah. So that is our core product will be always on the shelves, but also we are experimenting with different type of casks, different flavors, profiles. Even though we are a very young distillery, our whiskey doesn't need to wait maturing that long to get the right profile that we were looking for. You will notice that it's very, very sweet, mellow, nice silky texture with a very long finish. So that is kind of Lindores. You can have a look here. There's a lot of information about how was the time, the life of the monks here. They were beekeepers as well.
What is this?
It's a hive, a beehive.
Beehive.
Yeah. So they were beekeepers.
Is it real?
No.
I know.
The monks didn't have any mobile phone. They were connecting each other, by the sound of the little bells.
Yeah.
So are these all like real copy of monks' journal diary?
Yeah. So they were designing the place the closest to try to represent the character of what it was an abbey here.
Yeah.
So you can see here the beautiful arching shape in the ceiling.
So the abbey was the same shape of this? Like similar?
These are huge, are big, but you can see the shape of the roof is trying to tell you that it was something like here. It's like a cloister.
It's like a whiskey museum.
Yeah, it's like a museum.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, I can see
We
that.
go to the lowland malt area.
Where?
The lowland malt areas of whiskey. You know?
Lowlands. Yeah.
So we are just in the border with the Highlands. We don't do peated whiskey here.
Yeah.
What we do is playing with the casks that were holding previous whiskey that was peated before. So, for example, we are buying casks that were used for distilleries in Ireland.
Yeah.
We buy the cask, empty cask.
The peated.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
but just the empty cask.
Yeah.
Just reusing the cask.
Reusing the cask.
I like cask.
And we are filling it with our spirit.
Wow.
Our spirit is very fruity, mellow. Aging in this type of cask is getting the character of the island, but we don't do peated malt.
Okay.
So what is, you said that you got your YouTuber channel.
Yeah.
Is that popular in Korea?
It's only, I just started like a month ago,
Yeah.
and I only have like 3 videos, but I have like 2,000 more subscribers now.
A lot.
Yeah, it's been only 3 videos I uploaded, and
3 videos only.
Yeah.
And the videos are where from?
what?
Where are the videos from?
Like all of my audience is Korean.
I know, but the videos that you were taking, the upload of the videos.
Yeah.
You said 3 videos.
Yeah,
those
three
videos
long
are
videos from Korea.
From Korea.
Yeah.
So whiskey made in Korea.
Oh, it's not. It's mostly about the price of whiskeys.
It's about the
I
price.
think this is the first video.
This one will be kind of the first video.
Yeah. We're
proper
just
distillery.
touring. This is the
just
first
started.
spot
Yeah.
of the distillery tour. So starting today, we just rented a camper van.
Okay.
And we're starting here
Okay.
from the very historic place of whiskey, and then we're going through
I think
the
you're in the
spice
right
side.
place because this one
Yeah.
is the
So I'm starting
point
from
of
the white middle.
You
Yeah.
had to say this is the birthplace of the whiskey, and we met the fantastic Lorena.
Yeah, Lorena, of course. Yeah,
The
fantastic.
blender.
Yeah, master blender. She's perfect.
I go and get Elliott. If you wait for me here, just wait for me here. and
Okay.
I'll come back.
Thank you.
So it was a big complex. It's a shame that it's a ruin.
Yeah,
but
but
history.
still we can see some
Exactly.
doors.
Let's go out to the abbey
Outside,
first. Yeah,
okay.
because obviously you've got the weather on side.
Yeah, weather is beautiful today.
It's good, huh?
It's usually like this in summer. No, we're lucky with weathers.
You might get the odd day here or there, you know, but mainly. You were at the Whiskey Fringe, right?
Yeah.
Very windy.
You were there?
I was there
too?
on Friday, yeah.
Oh, I went there on Saturday.
That's where you met Lorena, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, getting temperatures like this, you can count on one hand how many days we get a year. So,
Yeah, I guess I'm
South
lucky.
Korea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We do a little bit of business in South Korea.
You export to
Yeah,
South
we
Korea?
export.
You do?
Yeah.
I've never seen Lindores before.
We've only been there, probably about 18 months, 2 years now.
18 months? How many countries do you export?
23?
23.
Yeah.
Cool.
A reasonable number, you know, nothing
Yeah.
too crazy. But
I see Lindores everywhere here.
yeah.
Yeah, in every liquor shops.
Yeah, we do really well in the UK. So this is the 12th century ruins. So this is the reason why we're here.
Yeah.
12th century, yeah. 1191 was the year.
800 years old.
There you go. There you go. Crazy, right? Sadly, it is just a ruin, but it's stunning, especially on a day like today, you know.
Yeah,
It's very, very nice. It's very
Yeah.
peaceful, very tranquil here, you know.
I can see that.
Follow me, please. Have a little walk over.
We're just in the right location and right weather.
Exactly. It's quite funny, really, you know. No. Yeah, cheers, Helen. I hope you're all right. Yeah, that's co-founder.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
co-founder, yeah. So I'll give you a little bit more. So this house here
Yeah?
is where Helen and her husband. That's
Oh.
Helen. Yes, that's right. That's Helen. Yeah. So Helen is the wife of the founder, Drew. So she doesn't like to go by co-founder, but she is the co-founder. So yeah, so this house here was built in the 1850s. It was then purchased in 1913 by Drew's great-grandfather, and then it's been inherited over the generations. And it was in the late 1990s that Drew learned about the reference that has connected the abbey with the distillery, and that's what sort of triggered it. So they turned what was the farm into the distillery, bringing distillation back to its birthplace. So yeah, that was Helen. She was walking the dogs. So.
That was cool. I didn't notice.
I suppose why would
yeah. I thought she was just like a neighbor or something.
No, that's very much Helen. We all work very integrated into the business. We're privately run, and that's what makes it really good to work here. We haven't got this corporate umbrella hanging over us, which is lovely. Take a walk over this side. So are you doing any of the stop-offs in Europe, or are you just going straight home after your
I'm actually going to South France after this.
Lovely.
Yeah, after the Isla and Speyside. Going to London first, and then to South France, and then I'm going to Oktoberfest.
Oh, in Germany?
In Munich.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, wow,
so I'm doing this whole alcoholic tour.
Wow. And your English is very good. Where did you,
thank you.
Did you study abroad, or you just...
Actually, I didn't. Yeah,
Really?
I went to US.
Right,
for exchange students program, so that was only for 6 months, and
Which
I
state
did
were you in?
Arizona. So I went to
nice.
Arizona State University.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. No, you both of your English is fantastic.
Thank you.
Obviously, my Korean is.
Can you speak Korean?
No, I cannot. Hell, no. No, it's funny. Even you've got better English than my importer, so I have to really slow down and try and break it all through. So the importer that we use is actually, they've got two arms of their business. There's a distillery called Kim Chang-soo. I don't know.
Kim Chang-soo.
Yeah, Kim Chang-soo.
It's very famous in Korea.
So that's their.
They're importing your whiskeys.
Yeah, so it's
Kim Chang-soo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they've got their distillery, which is their main setup, and then to generate capital, they're bringing imports in ourselves and other brands as well. And then they took a really big order from us last year.
So how much is the volume?
Last year they took about 750 cases.
750 cases.
Yeah, so 6 packs. So that's a bottle number. That's about 3,500 bottles last year, but they haven't ordered anything this year because the decline and getting share of market and everything like that. But yeah, so Kim Chang-soo is the sort of umbrella.
Cool.
And then they've got an importing leg off that as well. So yeah, that's who we use.
Yeah.
Kwan Ho Chun is the gentleman that I work with.
Who?
Kwan Ho Chun.
Kwon Ho-jun?
Yeah. I can show you a picture of him.
I would not know.
No.
But Kim...
Well, he's been here several times.
Oh.
And he's big on YouTube as well. He has.
Really?
Yeah, he has. So I messaged him this morning saying that I had you guys coming and if he had heard, but he hasn't messaged me back. So.
Okay.
So, but if you can support each other,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because I think he's pretty big on his YouTube. He's had drones here and all sorts. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people in this group? Like how many employees? Yeah.
22.
22.
Something like that. Yeah.
And how much is your like full volume for every?
If we're at full
yearly
capacity, in bulk, we're at 270, 270,000 that is, and then that in pure alcohol term, that's 162, 165 litres of pure alcohol a year. That's us at a good capacity without dropping the fermentation times too low.
And where is the biggest market? For Lindores?
It was China.
China.
China was big.
Oh, the first.
Yeah, they were first. Taiwan second.
Really, it's famous in Asia. You gotta go, really.
Yeah. Taiwan's a big buyer. China's a good buyer. Outside of Asia, Germany, Netherlands, France would be the European leaders. And then we've got ambitions for the US.
What about the domestic?
Domestic market in the UK, we do really well here.
Yeah,
really
I can see
well.
that.
But I don't look after any of the domestic stuff, which is a shame because it's a fantastic market here. But it is getting expensive in the UK with the alcohol tax increases and things.
That's why it's expensive.
It's so expensive. The last one we had made beer and wine really jump up in price. So drinking culture is probably shifting. Especially with the next generation coming through, it's going to be interesting what they turn to, whether they drink non-alcoholic, and wines is becoming very popular here now as well. So it'll be interesting the next decade to see what shifts, because it's definitely shifting.
Yeah.
Because I think they say 18-year-olds, which is obviously the legal drinking age here, they say a quarter of 18-year-olds don't touch alcohol at all now.
At all?
At all. So is it more lifestyle that they're involved in? I really don't know. But the government's making it less and less likely for them to get their hands on it because it's so expensive. You know, when I was at university, I used to get all these deals to get loads and loads of booze for free, you know? But yeah, please have a wander around, see if you want to capture anything.
Okay. 너무 예쁘다. 완전 그 액자인데요, 자연 액자. 말이다, 말.
오, 있다.
너무 예쁘다. 오길 잘했죠?
네, 여기 좋은데요? 그 중력이 있거든요? 보이거든요? 중력.
네.
엄청 멋있어요.
멋있어요?
여기 방금.
와.
So have you always had an interest in the alcohol industry? Is that why you started out?
Actually, like for me, it was like 2 years ago when I started liking whiskey.
Okay.
So it's not very long, but
You're in it now.
yeah.
I'm just started.
Yeah, hey, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
you know what? In Korea, I think in Scotland, the population loving whiskey, they're mostly old.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Because when I went to the Fringe, like they're like 95%
With
of male, like in
Oh,
their
yeah.
like 50s, 40s.
yeah.
But in Korea, it's not like that.
Do you have
a
more?
lot of younger generation is picking up.
It's kind of trendy.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so if you go to the Whiskey Fringe, like those venues, like those events, I see a lot of young people in my age,
Really?
like waiting in a queue, there's a big queue.
Yeah. Again, target markets obviously the younger the better because then you're attracting the drink from a young age. But
Yeah. You get more
suppose-
money.
Yeah, I suppose when you're starting out in a career, obviously your salaries are much lower. So typically younger people can't afford it. There are a lot of. It's kind of like a mixed bag, but it is definitely still an older person's drink for sure.
Yeah, older people are more likely to afford this price whiskey.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still there are some cheap, good whiskeys too.
Nice to be back in the shade. Oh, we'll go that way. There's a tour on.
Oh, and you got a restaurant here? You have a
No,
restaurant?
It's just more like we used to have a cafe, and then now it's just kind of like we offer it, but nothing too extensive, if that makes sense. So let's head upstairs. Well, this is a good part of the video.
What is
So
it?
this here. So when we were doing the excavation work, when we were converting the farm into the distillery, we unearthed a lot of old stone, looking like this and like those at the top. If you see it, and obviously you can clearly see that it's man-made, and it's got that lovely sort of curved texture to it. And the archaeologists believe that would have been the old pillars that would have stood in the abbey
Pillars?
grounds. Pillars, yeah.
For the abbey?
Exactly. So basically, the infrastructure of the abbey to hold the structure above. Yeah. And we thought it was so iconic. When we did the bottle design for our whiskey.
Yeah.
You'll
Oh,
notice
that's
here,
why.
It looks like that.
That's why our bottle's that shape, because of the stone pillars. Yeah.
This on top is
We were originally going to do a stone topper. But
Really?
it was very expensive.
That would be so cool.
Exactly. So it's an idea we'll save for the future. But when we were costing it out, we're like, yeah, let's just hold the brakes on that one. But this is a very early bottle design that we did with the designers. And as you can see, this is the old tube. We never actually did a tube with our whiskey.
What is a chew?
Sorry, the secondary packaging.
Box, package.
Package, yeah. So we were originally going to do a box like this. But we went down the sustainability route and just thought no packaging.
Oh.
Lovely looking bottle. Why put it in a box? Yeah. Why? That was the ethos behind it anyway.
What is the purpose of this design on the bottle, on the glass?
This bit here, exactly to correlate the texture
The same.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the same, yeah. From the
That's
cap
really
all
cool.
the way down, yeah.
That's why Lindores sticks out,
Exactly.
like within all these like very typical type of bottles.
Exactly. Like we wanted to come across traditional but also classy, and the fact that we can tie our bottle design to the root why Lindores is here is exactly why we did it like that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, not many distillers can tie their bottle shape and design to their story or their integrity.
Yeah.
So very proud of that one.
Good to know.
It's good, huh?
Wow.
Here we come.
I can smell it. The
Yeah,
barley.
there's a little bit of a malt smell. We're not actually in production today, which I
Yeah.
apologise for. We're in a bit of a cleaning set. I'll just explain the last one for you.
Wow.
So it should be nice and clean-ish.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, it smells very farm.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you clean inside?
So
Steam.
steam clean, but then you've got this apparatus here. Because it's called a confined space, you can't go in there without having all the paperwork signed up. It's all health and safety now. But just put a ladder down, you go in, get a bit of a jet hose, and basically these rakes come off, so you can actually lift the floor as well, so you can really get underneath everything, yeah. So that's a 2-ton semi-lata.
2 ton.
2 ton. When we're back in production, we mash 5 times a week,
5
once
times.
a day, weekends off. So there is room to do more, but we just, right now with the market, we're quite happy with what we're producing.
So this is the only mash tun?
Only mash tun, little baby mash tun we have. Yeah. I can't
Lovely.
At least have 1, 2?
Mash tun? I guess 1.
Just 1.
Yeah, and they have like
4 fermented.
6.
6, is it?
Yeah.
Hanging over your heads.
Yeah, it's vertical.
That's it,
Yeah. That was really interesting.
Yeah. I suppose the unique part to how we do our mashing is that we produce what you call a clear wort, which is basically the liquid clarity when it leaves the mash tun for fermentation. So essentially what we do, when you've got the mash bed inside, you've basically got all of the solids sitting at the bottom, and if you just turn this lever here and start pumping the liquid over to the wash bags, you're going to be taking all of the solids with you. So what we do, we actually filter it around itself, okay? So before we open this lever, we take the liquid out of the bottom of the mash bed, and then we filter it. It goes up through this pipe here, through this glass, and then comes back through here, and it sprays back on top of the mash bed. So what you're doing, you're taking all of those solids sitting at the bottom, taking them out and filtering them through, and spraying them back out on the top. So when you're looking at the clarity glass here, when you first start the process, it's a very dark brown colour.
Yeah.
But as you keep doing it, it kind of turns into more like a pale ale, like light golden colour. And when we're happy with the clarity, that's when we'll turn the switch and then
To
start
fermentation.
the wash ones. Yeah, so that's called a clear wort. There's nothing wrong with a cloudy wort. With a clear wort, you typically get more fruity flavours, whereas with a cloudy wort, it's more nutty and earthy. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not the style.
The preference.
So that's what we do here.
So that's common in industry?
It's fairly common. Not every distillery does it, but it is a common practice. Yeah.
In Scotch whiskey.
I suppose the less common thing is actually having the clarity glass.
Oh yeah.
So you can exactly. Usually old distillers do it on time, but we do it on visual. And then these 2 tanks here are simply what you call hot liquor tanks. So to do 1 batch from the mash tun, you need to do 3 cycles of water. These are just basically like kettles, keeping the water hot, going into the mash tun. So important but slightly boring bits of it.
Yeah. Just water storage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our water source that I didn't touch on is actually about a 100 metre this direction, and we've got a 70-foot borehole So that is a local water source. Yes,
Oh.
you can't see it with the naked eye, obviously it's underground, but it is a local source of water that we use.
Cool.
Yeah,
Water is very important.
very important.
How is the water, the local water here? How is it?
Personally, I don't like it.
Really? You don't?
Personally, I don't like it.
Why?
Well, if you drink water out of the tap here, it's over chlorinated. That's not what we use to make our whiskey, though.
Oh.
That all comes from a local borehole. If you try the water from a local borehole, it's very fresh. It's actually quite a hard water. It's got a lot of minerals through it.
Hard water.
Which is actually very good for making whiskey. A lot of people think you need softer water when
Yeah.
you're making scotch.
Yeah.
Soft water is better than.
Not always.
Not always.
It depends what style of whiskey you're looking to make. It gets a bit misconstrued. You need minerals in the water to build complexity within the spirit. Okay, if it's too soft, you're going to lose all the complexity when you distill it off. If you have more of a harder water with more minerals, you will start bringing that complexity through. You know when you get you try a whiskey and you coats your mouth the mouth feel of a whiskey. Sometimes you get a really thin one. Sometimes you get quite a chewy one. We like to be right in the middle. You don't want it overly complicated or overly chewy, but you don't want it thin and not robust. You want it to be tasting like an older whiskey, because everything that we release is typically between 3 and 5.
For younger.
Exactly. So that's why don't get too strung up on soft water. It's good for some styles, but for us we like a bit of that. Quite a mineral.
So hard water will make the thickness.
One part, yes, absolutely. Obviously, it all goes off how else you do your setup. We use traditional wooden washbacks. We've got a two-phase distillation, but we have two smaller stills, so you get more copper contact. So there's a lot of science to connect the dots.
Yeah.
But starting with a harder based water gives you a little bit more room to play with. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So to get the fruity flavor of the spirit, you make all those hard water and the distillers.
And then change, yeah. So for us to get the fruity vibe but still keep the complexity, we have obviously the mash that we've done with the clear water.
Clear water.
From here, we then have long fermentations.
Long fermentation.
We go up to 114 hours. We have
114.
114. Industry
hours.
average is around 72.
So it's double. Around
Nearly. 114. So the reason we let our fermentations go so long, coupled with traditional wooden washbacks, you get more lactose breakdown within the fermentation, and it gives you that oiliness. I was talking about the mouthfeel. So you get harder water coupled with a nice long fermentation using traditional wood. There's a lot of natural bacteria that lives within wood.
Yeah, wood.
Which helps break down the fermentation. And again, helps with the mouthfeel.
So everything goes to strengthen the fruitiness of the spirit.
Exactly.
Cool.
We're after a very fruity but robust spirit here.
Robust.
That's our goal. A young distillate but can still pack a punch.
Yeah. It's interesting that you use the wood.
Yeah. Well, a lot of young contemporary distilleries like ourselves, the cheapest option is to go for stainless steel.
Yeah, of course.
But we went for the expensive option because we want to stay traditional.
Yeah.
And also, when you actually look at the science and you strip it back, you typically get more flavour from wood. It's scientifically proven as well. Is that thunder?
I think so.
No, it sounds like someone walking. Who knows? We are scheduled a thunderstorm. Are you driving north tonight?
Not today. Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I guess.
Yeah, because I think tonight or tomorrow there's a thunderstorm around Aberdeen.
Really? Aberdeen.
Yeah. So it might be quite rainy, but you'll be safe. Is it your first time here?
I'm the first time. Are you from here?
Originally, I'm from the middle of England, but I moved to Scotland 12 years ago.
Because you don't have the Scottish accent.
My wife's Scottish.
Yeah. It's much more easier for
when
me.
I speak to someone where their first language isn't English, I slow right down.
Oh, that's why.
Because I appreciate you speak good English, but I like to be clear, especially if you're wanting to listen back to the video. And I think just through my job, I just like to have that neutral accent. you know, when I'm around my friends, I might slide into a bit of the Scottish slang, but no, I try and keep it as slow and as clear as possible.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I've presented a lot.
Yeah.
So we have 4 wooden washbacks. Like I say, the fermentation goes up to 114 hours. So, because obviously you're new to whiskey, basically everything we're doing now, we're just basically making a beer. We actually did miss the milling process downstairs. Sorry, we can go back to that. But all of our crop is grown within a 3-mile radius of where we're standing. So we're not single estate, but I like to say we're historic single estate, because when the monks would have worked here and made their own whiskey, they would have been operating on all of the farmers' fields around. Historically, obviously we don't own the land anymore, or ever did, but where we source the crop is directly where the monks would have been growing their own crops, so it's quite cool really. So we harvest, then it goes for malting about 40 minutes away, a place called Alloa, and then it comes back to us. So the carbon footprint is not great, but it's as small as we can get it. So it gets malted off site, and then we do the milling on site.
What is the name for Gus? There's a name for the tank?
Hot liquor tank. So,
They have a name.
oh, sorry, the names. Yeah, they're named after 2 distillery dogs.
Dogs. That's really cool.
So they've sadly both passed away now.
Really?
Yeah. So Gus was a black Scotty dog,
Scotty.
and then Ludo was a black lab dog. They were Helen and Drew's dogs. And they passed away. Ludo went first. He went probably about 5 years ago, so maybe 6 years ago. Gus left us maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
So, do you have a mascot?
Yeah, we do. We have a new dog owned by Helen and Drew called Wallace.
Wallace.
Yeah, and he's a golden lab. I have a dog as well. He usually comes to work with me, but he's at home today.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're our little mascots for the
Yeah. I love those mascots, like cats and goose.
Did you see we feature in a Netflix series called In the Mind of a Cat? Have you seen it?
No.
Do you like cats?
Yeah, I love cats.
Because we have 2 cats here, Vesper and Friar John.
We have cats too.
Yeah, but you never see them. They're always doing what cats do best, being elusive. So we'll do distillation next. So we've got quite a unique setup here. So after the fermentation is finished, the yeast is converted, the sugar in the yeast is converted to alcohol. You've got basically like a 7-8% beer at this phase, but nothing else is added. You've got water, barley and yeast, and that's it. From here you're then transferring it into the still on the right. Okay,
Through the pipe.
Yeah, so there's piping underneath our feet.
Yeah.
Through the piping and in the still on the right, and this is what we call our wash still. So wash is the industry term for the finished product in these. And that's the first distillation. Very simple, very straightforward. You generate heat into the still, you allow the distillate to then start evaporating, and as you travel up, the line on, and then this tube that you see here, this is called a shell and tube condenser. So as your hot vapor is coming down the line on, it'll then come down here, which has got about 40 or 50 different pipes with cold water running through them.
Yeah.
So once the vapor touches that cold surface, it condenses back down, and it will turn into a liquid, and you'll see it's flowing through into this bowl here. What you're doing here is concentrating the alcohol, okay? Because alcohol distills at a much lower temperature than water does. So all of the first vapors that come off is
74 degree?
80, is it not 88? I want to say 88. Although your first vapors will start distilling at a slightly lower temperature, but the bulk of it is around 88 degrees. Okay. So all of the liquid coming off first is all of your alcohol. So what was 7/8% here, after this distillation is finished, we started with 10,000 litres, okay, per batch. We charge this with 10,000. We then extract off 6,000 of alcohol. The remaining 4,000 left in the still is just water. That's the water content of the batch. That then gets shipped off for effluent use. And the remaining 6,000 alcohol litres here, on an average of around 24-25%, We then split 50-50 into the 2 stills on the left-hand side, and we do the distillation again. Concentrating the alcohol once again.
Yep.
So after you've done that process, you've gone from what was a 25% spirit to an average of about
40,
67-ish. Then that is where we deem the spirit at its best. Then that liquid goes through to the warehouse. We dilute it down with demineralized water to 63.5, and then we fill the casks.
Oh.
Just like that.
Why do you like split into 50-50?
Great question. That's what makes us slightly more unique. Every distillery is unique to their own right. The reason we split it is because the consultant that helped us put this together, he said, we're in the lowland region right now, and you'll notice as you travel around, there's regionality, everybody's got different styles, island space, island lowland. The consultant that was doing he basically dedicated his life to the industry. He believed in having shorter distillations but high copper contact.
Oh, that's why.
Introduces more fruity compounds and more of that traditional lowland style. So that's why we have, because normally in a normal distillery you would have one still here and one still there.
Same size.
Same size.
Exactly.
But you reduce the height
Exactly.
into 2 different.
Exactly. So they've got a capacity to hold 3,000 each. So this has got a capacity of 10,000. These have got a capacity.
That would make sense.
Yeah. So we charge them with 3,000, and then we extract off from one batch about 1,500, 1,600 litres that go into the cask filling. So that equates to around 30 barrels a week of what we're filling. Yeah. That was a great question. To say you're new to the industry, that's a great question. So there's only one other distillery that has the same setup as us like this, and that's another lowland distillery called Annandale. Their setup was same consultant.
Oh, that's why.
But it's interesting, when you do a side-by-side, our spirit is completely different. Completely different. I would say ours is better.
Oh, why is that difference coming from?
I would need to go and spend time down at Annandale and see what they do differently. It might be due to their fermentation times. They might be charging their stills, because when you're charging the temperature, you can do a slow or you can do it really fast, and that makes a big difference to your spirit character. There's so many little intricacies that you can change around that will impact the flavour of the end product.
And malt,
malt, everything, terroir, malt, maltings, how you do the milling, water, exactly.
Casks.
Yep. Atmosphere, everything. It's what makes whiskey really exciting. You know, right now we're all spoiled for choice with how much good single malts out there, and that's good. I suppose for people like yourself doing all of the publication and the videos and stuff, it's great to share everybody's each individual stories. Keeps it exciting.
Yeah. And why do you have all those 3 distillers with bowls?
Oh, the bubble.
Yeah.
So what that does, so if you can picture when you boil your kettle, you know, when you see the vapor coming off in that circular motion. So if you can picture it here, the vapor turns to so the liquid starts about here, right? And as it starts warming up, it starts vaporizing. And because it's going in that circular motion, it'll hit this part of the bauble just here, and it won't be able to get past. So what happens, the vapor turns to liquid again, and it drops back down, and then vaporizes again. What that's called is called reflux.
Reflux.
And when you get reflux, it's generating a little bit more copper contact. There's a science reaction when the hot vapor touches copper. It's called a congener, which converts into esters. Esters hold the fruity components. Okay, so that's where you get a lot of that fruitiness. It's the chemical reaction with copper.
So you have all these procedures to make the fruitiness, to exaggerate.
And then you'll notice, so you could put these all the way through the stills, but you don't want to overcomplicate the copperiness because it can go the other direction and make the spirit too clean. You don't want to do that. Scotch is all about being complexity. You know, it's all batch to batch. It's not a continuous distillation. Every batch is different. That's what makes it even exciting as well.
Yeah.
So as it goes up the line-on, you'll notice the line-ons are actually declining.
Yeah.
People always think it's counterintuitive because obviously we've put the baubles in, which generates reflux. That is just allowing the vapor just to travel down free. The reason we keep that in is to keep the complexity alive.
Oh,
If you have another incline, the vapor's still going to fight to get out.
so too much.
You'll be stripping the alcohol. You want to keep the complexity in there. And for me, again, that's another reason why our spirit has such a lovely complexity at such a young age. Because we don't overcomplicate it.
So all your whiskeys are 3-year maturization?
Yeah, so our core product's roughly about 3.5, 3 2/3 maybe. We have done a couple of batches at 4.
4.
But we've never done anything really older than, for a core product, no older than 5. But we have done several single casks at 6. And then next year we'll probably introduce some 7s. Our oldest cask will be turning 8 in December.
8.
So we're slowly getting there, you know,
Yeah.
we're slowly at that 10-year mark. That'll be an exciting day when we eventually get there.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So you have a reflux and then the downside descending arm to get the
Complexity.
yeah.
Because you've got to listen to the spirit almost. You don't want to overcomplicate it and then lose the character that you're after. And that's why we've gone for the decline and the bauble technique here. Make sense?
Very, very interesting. And such a good scenery with the garden here. It's a nice place to get photos.
Exactly, and then it obviously
Yeah.
overlooks the old abbey as well, so it gives you
Yeah.
that nice panoramic view. It's a good mixture of old and contemporary. Yeah.
There's the cut.
Yeah, so that's
New make?
This is new make. This is before the dilution.
Before dilution.
I think so.
So very strong.
Very strong. So that'll be about 67.
67.
Yeah. Don't try it. Just smell it. Because there's been a lot of other people holding that glass. Have you seen a spirit safe before? You know how spirit safes work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still needs some explanation.
So this bit of kit here is very, very important for quality control. Okay. So that the first distillation is not that important. You can kind of let it do its own thing, and you can go off and do other things.
Yeah.
This one needs a little bit more attention because, as I was saying, alcohol distills at a lower temperature than water does. When you first start distilling, obviously these two stills distill simultaneously. You've got a handle here that control each, just basically just moving that from left to right.
Oh.
Okay? And the first vapors that come off are very, very high in alcohol, like too high for human consumption. They've got traces of methanol, all that nasty stuff. So the first vapors that come off go into these 2 bowls. Okay, you'll notice there's 3 pipes. These are what we call the recycling pipes. Okay, not going down the drain or anything like that, just recycling. So first vapors go into these 2 bowls. As time goes by, your alcohol percentage starts to come down. Okay, and when we hit, I think, roughly around 73%,
73.
that's when we're deeming our spirit at its best quality.
Heart.
The heart, exactly. We would then move the 2 handles into the middle bowl. This pipe here is what we call our cut or our heart, whatever you want to call it. And that is then going to be saved for that week's cask filling, okay? Because that's when we're deeming the spirit at its best.
So how do you know if it's 73?
We have 2 vessels here. You'll notice there's a hydrometer, a thermometer, and the little bobber in the middle is what you call a hydrometer. Thermometer, simple, temperature.
Oh.
The little bobber in the middle is for the liquid's density. You've got a little book over here, which is basically recording exactly what is. So let's go to a page that I can actually read and understand here. Yeah, some very clever scientists have put this together.
That's too difficult.
Yeah, so if you've got a liquid density of 5 and a temperature of 17.5, your alcohol is 5.3.
Like that.
It works like that.
That's
You
a
just
chart.
It's just working like a chart. Yeah. So the hard work is done for us. You just got to get the right, accurate readings, and then you can work it out.
So this work is done not automatically. So
Not automatically, no. So there will be an operator keeping a very watchful eye on this one. He will operate both at the same time, but that one you can, like I say, you can leave it to its own devices. This one you need to be very, very careful when you're moving the handles because it can ruin a whole batch.
yeah.
Okay, and then that's a whole week, or about a whole week's worth of wasted time. So there's been a lot of Japanese distilleries that have tried to replicate.
Really?
Scotch distilleries. Oh yeah. Because if you look at the sort of longitude, where the Japan and Scotland actually are. They're only a little bit more south than us. So they're sort of
Similar.
They get all the same seasons. Obviously, their summers are a lot hotter than here. But in the north, it's very, very similar to Scotland. Very similar. So that's why Japanese whiskey is so good, because you got the same climate.
Yeah, maybe.
South Korea a little bit too well.
Yeah, we have a lot of angel share.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like 8% a year, I guess.
That's big. Yeah, that's big. Well, if we keep having days like this, we'll be not too far behind you.
Yeah.
So that's our setup. Do you want me to take you down to the milling and then to the warehouse?
Yeah, sure.
This is barley before it's harvested. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. And then once it's harvested, it kind of comes delivered to us looking like this. Yeah, the term is malt. There's a process called malting, which is basically where you're tricking this into springtime. That's basically where the sugar grows at its highest. Then to stop the germination process, you have to then heat it. And the traditional method is to lie it out on a floor and turn it by hand.
Floor morton.
Exactly. But the more contemporary method is just like a tumble dryer,
Yeah.
a big drum that kind of air dries it.
And the local barleys you get is not floor malted.
No,
Yeah.
sadly not. I wish it was.
Because you guys are very traditional, maybe
Yeah.
you can do that.
Never say never. And then the bit of equipment behind us, so the malt gets delivered outside this wall, it then comes through this tube and then down through, if you can picture, we've got a roller here, a roller there, and a roller here, which at different sort of widths, and that basically gives you your ratio, okay? So that's lost its label, but that's what you call a husk. Husk is essentially the shell to the barley. The middles is basically a finer shell, but with like a more coarse base of flour, and then you have a little bit of flour at the bottom as well. So again, going back to every distillery is different.
Yeah.
Everybody has different ratios
Yeah.
to all comply with how you want to do your mashing. There's a lot of science behind it.
So what's your ratio?
We do a 70% of the middles, 20% husk, 10% flour.
Okay.
The majority of sugar is obviously in the flour. A lot of people always ask, well, why don't you just grind it all down to a flour? Easier said than done. If we had 100% flour in the mash tun, it's like having porridge. What happens when you add water to porridge? It sucks up. You can't extract any liquid from it. It's all just sludge. So that's why you have the husk. There is no sugar in the husk. This is just to act like a filter. So it allows us to extract the liquid from the barley itself.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's it. Have you seen this?
In books.
In books?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Scotland we call this a shugel box. Shugel is a Scottish word for basically like a shake.
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 So, what it has 3 layers to it. Okay? But once I tip this into this and give it a shake, we will come out with this.
Same ratio.
Same ratio. And the way that it's basically quality control. Once you get all this, you then weigh it, and that's exactly when you know that your ratio is correct. So we'll do it now because why not?
That's cool.
It's cool, huh? So you get that, you tip that into here, just give that a sort of slight knock, put the lid on. There you go.
Thank you.
Give it a shake. That's it. I'll see you next week, yeah? That's good. And then if you just slightly open the top, that's your husk. Your middle,
that's cool.
Yeah, your middle, and then the flour should be on the bottom. Sorry, I built it wrong. Apologies. Oh, yeah, that's your flour there. It's because the ratio's off, but that's because we're out of production. But you get the idea.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's how it works. Yes, because sometimes when we get the malt back, you can get stones that can go through and knock the ratio out.
Yeah.
So that's why we do it. It's just quality control purposes.
So do you manually do this process every time with this?
Not every time, no. Okay. We do it maybe once a month, twice a month. It's more for show and tell, really. The likelihood of them getting knocked out of their ratio is very slim, but we should probably do it every day, but we don't. Should we get to the warehouse?
Yeah, sure.
Check that it's open. We fill all sorts of types of casks, different varieties. Bourbon, interesting top fill there. Right, let me see if this door's open. Yes, it is. So our warehouse is very operational. We do bottling, we do cask filling and maturation in here. So it's very busy.
It's so special that you have your own warehouse.
Yeah, we only have one, sadly. I wish we had more.
Wow. How many casks do you have?
In total, around 4,000. But
4,000.
in here, we have about 400. 400. Yeah. The majority of our casks are off-site.
Off-site.
Yeah, the ones in here are either privately owned, because we have a private cask program as well. Yeah, and the crown jewels. Cask number 1, for example, is in here. The first ever cask we filled.
Wow.
It's just here. You can feel the temperature when you just put your arm off. It's crazy. Yeah, so this cask here, you'll notice it says 2017, number 1. And that's all the family signatures.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah.
So, doesn't mean it's the best, but it's definitely the most expensive.
Yeah, exclusive. How much will that cost?
I don't know, really. I really don't know. A lot, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, very, very operational in here. The spirit that comes from the distillery comes into this tank just here. And then when we do fill casks, it gets filled just behind this here. We can probably go under this because you're with me. VIPs. So yeah, normally...
I'm honored.
Normally, you would roll your cask onto here.
Those casks into here?
Yeah, so you do your empty cask onto here. You take the weight. Oh dear, I weigh that much. You get your cask numbers on the left column, okay? So you'll write down what the cask is as well. Empty in kilograms, you write that weight down. And then when you finish filling it, you write your full weight just here. Alcohol actually weighs less than water. Mm-hmm. So that's why when you do the simple maths, you would think, oh, that was maybe 200 litres. It's more.
Oh, yeah.
Because you always get people like trying to work it out, like, oh. But yeah, so that's a very, very simple method of how you capture how much alcohol is being filled with the casks.
It's so special because not all distilleries have their own like warehouse.
No, and as you can hear, we're bottling. I'll see if you can get some shots in here. This is.
Oh.
Yeah, I can open the door here. Sorry, just 2 seconds. Guys, I'm just doing a little YouTube video. You guys okay to be on film for South Korea? Is that okay? Don't worry about that, mate. You might get a good shot here. This is our labeler coming through here.
Wow.
And this one is sold exclusively to our cask owners.
Wow. Owner's cask.
Owner's cask, yeah. So basically it's like the term that we use for our cask owners. Mm-hmm. So that's the one that's going through today.
That's super cool.
Cool, huh?
The capping.
Yeah. So that bit's just basically melting the little plastic around the top.
Oh, that's how you make it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and normally they would fill it here, but it's empty now. So you just use these 2 levers, that will fill the bottles. Then you put the cork
Oh,
in.
you make it to one.
This is all a single cask, yeah.
Single cask.
Single cask, yeah.
Wow. And he is bottling it?
He's just getting the last little bit of remnant. So there's a little bit left in here from the empty cask.
Oh, you have to hand fill it.
Just the last bit, yeah. Smells good. So this is at 55.8. 55.8. So it's a little
Cask
bit...
strength.
Cask strength, yeah. So that's it. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Wow.
And that is us.
Thank you so much for letting us in.
It's good that they're actually doing stuff. So.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world was all bottled in there.
Wow.
By
With
hand.
the 3 people.
By hand.
By hand.
Yeah. So not many distillers can say that.
Yeah. It's all done automatically. What are some exclusive casks you have? I heard you're doing a lot of cask experiments. No?
Yeah, we are. We've got all sorts in here. So you can see from the shapes and sizes.
Yeah, it's all different.
This one here, for an example. This one is a fortified wine from Montilla in Spain. This cask it was in the traditional Solera system for wine.
Solera.
Solera system, yeah. And that was put in 1946, this one. And this particular cask, the wine that left this cask, I don't know if you're into your wines, but there was a very famous wine writer named Robert Parker who scored the wine from this cask 100 points. That's unheard of. I think he's maybe done it for maybe 2 or 3 wines in his whole career. So then when we took the cask, obviously it cost us quite a lot of money, but the whiskey to come from that will be splendid. I hope it.
Fortified.
So that's very rare. And then we've got, what else do we have?
So mostly bourbon and sherry?
Yeah, so the 3 core we have are bourbon, sherries, but not these sherries. These are our like very nice exotic sherries. Sherries and red wine STRs. That's our 3 core casks that we fill. Outside of that, we've got muscat, rum, peated casks, Madeira, cognac, all sorts. And a lot
everything.
These ones at the top are actually champagne. They're champagne casks. And anything with these sort of big, thick staves, these are ex-Solera sherries, which are very hard to come by. And we've obviously got a whole line of them. So that one was 1946. We've got some vintages going all the way back to 1937. So for the wine, that's awesome. Yeah, there's one. So PX, obviously the grape, and then that says 1937.
What does PX mean?
Pedro Jimenez.
Yeah, the wine.
It's grape varietal. Obviously, you get different types of grain, you get different types of grape. Pedro Jimenez is your sweetest style of sherry wine.
So it's the spirit was going inside in
2021.
2021.
Yeah, so the wine was a Solera from 1937 through to about 2020, and then we filled this cask in 2021 with whiskey.
That old cask.
It's old. It's old.
So
Nearly
it's
100.
It's 4th year for that spirit.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And how long were you gonna mature it for?
A minimum of 10. Minimum.
10.
Minimum. These could go 20,
Very
30,
spicy.
40 years.
Yeah.
After we try one from time to time, but these casks were very expensive because they came from a very renowned winery. The winery is called Toro Albala, and they're based in Montilla. So it's interesting because sherry, the term sherry, like champagne can only be called champagne if it comes from the region in France of Champagne. Sherry is the same if it comes from the region of Jerez in Spain. Montilla isn't actually in Jerez. Yes, they're still sherry wines, but these are actually Montilla wines, so it's not actually technically classed as sherry, which makes it more unique. And you've heard of Amontillado sherry, right? So there's going back to PX being a grape varietal, there's also a grape varietal called Amontillado, and that actually translates to like Montilla. Like Montilla. Yeah, Montilla wine, because that's where these casks came from, Montilla.
And how's the flavor different from other sherries?
Amontillado is more of like a medium style, quite nutty. Whereas the PX is more sweet. Dates, raisins, sultanas, yeah. And you've obviously got, this is a different style. Paolo Cortado is also a different style. And then you've got Oloroso, Fino, Cream. But the majority of these old ones are all Pedro Jimenez style.
Cool. And what is the symbol for?
So that's the bear with the crooked staff is basically the symbol of Lindores.
Why is it?
Basically, one of the old abbot monks who lived and worked at the abbey, his uncle was the Earl of Warwickshire down in England. So being an earl, it's like you're not quite royalty, but you're almost there.
Okay.
And being a royal, you would normally have a crest associated with your family. And his crest was a bear holding a staff. No idea why. But then when he visited Lindores, he granted his nephew, who was the abbot of Lindores, the use of his crest. So we were like, well, given it's the crest of Lindores, we will use it as our logo. But if you actually look at Warwickshire crest, our logo is the other direction because we can't use it because of copyright. So rather than the bear holding the staff, the bear is holding the letter L.
Oh, that's a letter L.
Yeah, that's in letter L. There's the ink's a bit off on that, but you can see it better here. That's the letter L of the bear. And then the crown at the top is the Scottish crown, because it was King James IV who commissioned Friar John Court to produce whiskey for the king. So the crown's basically a nod to the king.
이 위스키 증류소 투어의 다른 내용도 궁금하시면 지금 보이는 영상을 클릭해보세요. 혹시 이 영상을 보고 나도 위스키 성지 여행 가보고 싶다 생각이 드신다면 아래 고정 댓글을 확인해주세요.